What's going on, everybody? My name's Marcus. Welcome back to another live stream. On every Tuesday of the week, I go live with a reseller that's usually more seasoned than myself since I'm still kind of a noob to this. And tonight's guest is Roy Avery. He's been on the show before, him and his wife, but tonight is just him. He's got a YouTube channel, Avery's All In. I'm sure you guys have seen him. If you're subscribed to my channel, I'm pretty sure you're subscribed to his. But without further ado, we're going to bring him on in.
Hey,
What's
how we
going
doing
on?
today?
And chilling. Just got through kind of working and kind of doing just a little bit last minute errands. I had to get a oil change because I drive back and forth to St. Louis all the time, and I kind of just been slacking, dude. For real, like I'll just do it later. I'll do it later, and finally I got around to it today. Got an oil change. I'm pretty sure I was like two oil changes past due, but it is what it is.
Believe
Right.
me, I've been there.
Yeah, how's things going with you though, man?
Man, busy. We came off a busy month of really focusing on a lot of YouTube and then turning
Yeah.
around and now we got to sell it all.
Right.
so,
So how was that overall? How'd that experience go for you?
um, wow, it was unbelievable. I don't even
Right.
know how to explain it. It was a lot of fun, but ups and downs.
Of
So
course.
uh, we filled up the warehouse after clearing it out in February, and
Mhm.
just brought back the anxiety of having to figure out how to get rid of it all again.
Of
So,
course.
but
So now let me ask you, did you decide to do a month long worth of videos to reach your monetization goals, or was it just, hey, let's just go all out and just do it just for fun?
well, it was interesting. The thought was when we hit 1,000 subs, um, we got a little advice from What the Hells, and when
Yeah.
we hit the 1,000 subs, just all of a sudden it popped in Lisa's head every day in May,
Yeah.
and that's
Okay.
kind of
So
how
it
we
was.
brought that together because my biggest thing was I changed up the editing software for our videos
Right.
and I needed to get practice. So, it just kind of all, we hit 1,000, we needed the hours, I needed to learn the editing content, and
Right.
there happens to be a thing called Everyday in May challenge. So
Yeah.
it all just happened all together.
Okay. Well, that's what's up. I guess it all worked out for the good though, because I noticed you did get monetized, or at least you reached the requirements. Has it gone through yet?
Yeah. Actually, that happened May 20th and May 25th. They accepted us into
Okay,
the partner program.
congratulations, man.
So yeah,
What's up? So next month is going to be the start of, or I guess this month actually, huh? Is the start of you being a paid content creator. That's what's
yeah.
up, bro.
But then there's still the figuring out how that works. So
Of
it
course,
was nice to get there, but at the end of the day, you still got to figure out how it works. And
of course. I
right
mean,
now, I'm
we
just
all can't be Harry Tornado. You know what I mean?
what's that?
I said we all can't be Harry Tornado.
Right.
Yeah, dude's balling. Let me say hi to our guest. So we got Hillary Murphy up first. What's going on, Hillary? Appreciate you coming hanging out.
Hey, how
Uh,
you doing, Hillary?
Joan, I'm not.
Joan is
This is new to
actually
me.
from she's in Scotland, so
Oh, what's up?
yeah, she's been a subscriber to my channel, and we said we
Nice.
would be here today. So,
Uh,
hey,
that's
Joan, how
what's
you
up.
doing?
Appreciate you coming hanging out with us. We got Joe Dempsey. What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming hanging out. Miss Lachey says, hello, Marks and Roy. Stop slapping. Yeah, I was slacking. I really needed to get my oil changed super
Hey,
bad,
Mister.
but it's done. Nita J, what's going on? Thanks for coming and hanging out with us. Um, we got Derek, the ATL Flippers. Derek and Jasmine, what's going on, guys?
Hello.
Scott Fisher Flips, what's going on, bro? Appreciate you coming hanging out. Jane says, hi, Roy. So, everybody, he's one half of the dynamic duo. I'm sure you guys know this, but his wife is she's been grinding all day, so she's not going to be here with us in the video. But that's all good, We can still just chop it up, man. Just me and you, the two fellas. So yeah, man. With everything being, your warehouse being full and all that, you have multiple avenues of getting rid of stuff, right? So you got pretty much a state sales type setup. Um, eBay. What other platforms do you sell on?
So right now, the other platform we've started is Whatnot.
Right.
So,
Okay.
and
How's that
other than
going?
that, we are starting to work on dollar sales, but mainly since it's summertime or coming up on summer,
Hmm.
we've been starting to work on flea markets.
Okay.
So setting up there and liquidating, a lot of the um, insequential stuff, so to speak.
Gotcha. The lower dollar stuff, pretty much, or
Yeah,
stuff
or
that's
all
not
the
worth
stuff that we don't
listing.
want to take time to deal with too much.
Right. That makes sense. So, how's that been going? I mean, you guys been getting rid of a lot of stuff.
So we were doing good up until last month when we went out and bought a lot of storage units, and now we're kind of filled up. So now we're trying to figure out and navigate all of it. So my brother actually, we brought him in
Hmm.
uh, and her son in to help us picture. Um, and as Hillary asked, what's the best performing platform? That is actually the one that Lisa is working on today. It's a local online platform we have called. Um, it's through a company called Rust Belt, and we're associate seller, and we are trying to get 2 sales up this month because we're trying to get more lots sold per month. And
Okay.
that allows us to liquidate almost anything without necessarily having to take a lot of time to sell it or
Right.
research it.
That makes sense. So yeah, we don't have anything like that here locally in my area. I mean, we probably would if I were to like actually put in the work to look, but I don't have nowhere near the inventory that you guys do to move as fast as you guys need to move it either, though. So
Yeah,
it's and that stuff just to me, I mean, like, don't get me wrong, I don't got any problem with working or like bad work ethic, but that just sounds like a lot of work that I'm not trying to do, honestly.
it is. So in all of that, been trying to kind of figure out what items I'd like to really sell. So,
Right.
I've been trying to focus more on that, but you spend a month buying storage units and you're just getting a lot of different things.
Right.
So, I know the items I like to sell and that I know and prefer.
Mm,
But the problem with storage units, you get everything.
of
So,
course.
um,
So you ever thought of doing like wholesale?
we've been working on some different avenues for, maybe wholesale,
Mm.
getting a distributor and, but then that creates a whole nother, um, not platform, but a whole nother arrow in that quiver,
Right.
which means that you're taking energy away from what's the bread and butter right now. And
Right.
that's the
That
big
makes sense.
problem.
And that's
We
just
both
another
kind of got into this full time about the same time last year. And,
yeah,
I got to keep paying the bills while I try to expand. So,
of course.
yeah,
That's that's one of the things where I think people don't really pay attention, or when they get into this, they're not aware of the fact that while you're trying to grow a business, you still have to be making consistent sales. You know what I mean? To
right,
keep the ship afloat. And then not only that, man, like, you got to be aware of the time, like it's summer slowdown right now. And I don't know how well, like I don't know how much that affects you with your business model, but for folks that sell on eBay, I'm seeing it all over social media that sales are slow, sales are down for everybody. And like you got to factor that type of thing in when you consider what type of business model you even want to run when it comes to reselling. So, yard sales and things in person might be a more viable source of income for people. You know what I mean? It just you got to test the waters. But I know for me, is I want it to be as simple as possible. So for me to have like a distributor or anything like that, that's another thing I got to keep tabs with when it comes to doing my paperwork for taxes and all of that. And I'm too new to this to know, really how to even handle all that. So I get overwhelmed kind of. And I just try to keep it simple, just me, as simple as I can. You know what I mean?
yep.
Hillary says, I've been curious about buying storage units, but the prices in my area are banana, banana pants. What's the typical price you pay?
Well, that's across the board. Basically, we look at units that we like. So price is as much as it can be an option. We've seen units around here where it could go for 32, $3,500. Um,
For what
and
size?
it just depends on what's in it.
That's kind of
Um,
crazy.
yeah, and I mean we've seen. So part of it, I like to think of is we have Second Sense here in the area. We have What the Hell's in the area. And there are a couple other big deep pockets that when you see a unit of collectibles, I mean, those can
Yeah.
go really high. And if you like it and you see the value in it, you got to be ready to buy it.
I don't know
Um,
why I thought What the Hells were from like Florida or something.
nope, up in this area. So it's a couple big
Competition's
players.
real, man. So where's
Yes.
Storage Legends from then? Are they from that way too?
Yep, he's so we're in on the west side of Cleveland. He's in Lorain, Ohio, about a half hour down the road.
Okay.
So Second Sense, actually, his warehouse is maybe 10 minutes away from my house.
I've never heard of him. Is
And
he
What the
big
Hell
like
travels everywhere.
Is he
What's
big
that?
like What the Hell? The Second Sense? I've never heard of this guy. He got a YouTube channel or something.
Yeah, he's got a YouTube channel called Second Sense, and he's a auctioneer, but he buys storage units and does his own treasure hunting too. So
Okay.
he's
So he,
definitely a very bigger player in the resale storage unit buying world as well, because
gotcha.
he's an
So
auctioneer as well. So
Ohio, man, doesn't sound like it's a pretty big, as far as reseller, like big, YouTubers at least. You got Dustin the Pro Picker. He's from Ohio. You
mhm,
got Cincinnati Picker. You got
yep.
What the Hell Storage Legends, the Second Sense guy. You got you guys. It's a lot of competition out there, man.
Yeah, so Cincinnati Picker and Pro Picker are on the other side of the state.
Okay,
So they're
well,
Cincinnati and Dayton. That's about 4 hours away down
okay.
south. But I mean, you look at one of our partner channels that we do a lot with, Adventures with the Hudsons. They're down in Dayton,
Mm.
so they see Pro Picker, and yeah, up here in the Cleveland area, you have the Storage Legends, the Second Sense, the What the Hells, and I mean, there's plenty of others that are in that net, not the YouTube world, but they're definitely in that circuit where if they come out to an auction. Clear Thrifts is another one. He has videos up, but he's another one that if he sees something he likes, you're paying a lot of money if you want to try and beat him on it.
Right, that makes sense. So,
So you try
I
to get
gotta
them
ask you
cheap.
about
The
this.
problem is I got too many people in the area that like the same kind of stuff I like, so most of the units I like aren't going cheap.
That
So
sucks, man.
yeah,
So
just
I think I asked you last time, have you ever lost out on a unit? And at that point, you had said no. Is that still the case?
I think
Like,
it
have
was
you
more no that
ever
was on YouTube, but
okay, okay, man, maybe.
I had to learn to get to get where it's at. But yeah, actually, recently we had a unit. We'll probably get our money back.
Mhm.
But even still, that's a loss for the time, effort, and labor it took to get it.
Okay.
So we recently had one that I was looking for more collectible Hot Wheels in it, and there was a machine I hadn't seen before that I thought would be worth more money. We ended up at a auction with What the Hell's, Cleared Thrifts, Second Sense.
Mhm.
So the units you like are going high. That in particular, they weren't in on that one, but I ended up paying I think 850, and it
Okay.
wasn't enough in there for me. So
That's the type of thing that not necessarily scares me off, but makes me leery of getting into that sort of thing, especially since I've niched down. You know what I mean? And I'm only looking for a certain category.
right,
If it's like big with furniture and everything like that in there, man, I don't even know how to even navigate how to start. You know what I should price it at because there's already over half stuff that I don't want. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So maybe probably I
Definitely
will
say
like what I would do.
furniture we don't look at. Mattresses
Mhm.
nowadays we don't look at. I mean,
Yeah,
if there's mattresses and especially cloth furniture in a unit,
yeah.
I'm
Well,
generally not trying to get it. You
what's the
know,
what's the deal with cloth? It holds odors, or it's bad shape, or what?
um, I mean, the whole process of trying to sterilize it to resell it and it
That
doesn't
makes
sell well. And a lot
yeah.
of times when we get that stuff out of units, it's not good anyway. So we
How
just try to
often do
steer
you
clear
find
of it.
stuff that's roach infested?
Not often.
That's good, because I know
So
some people live nasty.
There are so you can't guarantee what you get out of a unit, but what I will say is we try to look for units that look nice and tidy. Um,
Organized, yeah.
yeah, and we also try to see signs and stuff we like. So for me, it's if I see like couple units I bought recently was this year had sports collectibles in it, or I saw like Spawn on a
Mm,
box or two. You know, those are the things that I look for. And when you see collections
yeah,
of one thing, then I start to look and see if there might be other stuff. So a lot of times, if somebody's collecting one item, you see a lot of it, there's probably going to be other collections in there.
that's what's up. So
So
I'm in the process of getting an apartment. Well, the apartment's mine. I just got to wait for the tenant that's in it to move out. But so the person that runs the apartment complex said that there was a person that was living in there before, and I guess they passed away. They had a bunch of Salvino Bammers, like Beanie Babies, but like sports
mm,
edition. Like, and she's like, I got thousands of them. Like, and I got baseball cards. She gave all the baseball cards, sports cards to her kids. But she's like, if you'll help me sell them, and I was like, whoa, whoa. I was like, hold on. First of all, you said you have thousands of them. That's going to take me a lot of hours of listing time. It's going to take up a lot of space, and the sell through is horrible on these things. I said, so really, I'm overwhelmed with you even talking to me about it. I said, I can teach you how to list them and you can do it yourself. She's like, I just don't have the time. And I was like, I'm going to have to pass on that. You know what I mean? Like, so it's crazy because, like you said, like collectors usually, I mean, they'll, have multiples of, or, collect a different, couple of things. So, like, the guy had jerseys, he had cards, he had these beanie bammer things, and then he had, sports like magazines and just it was all sports related, but it was all
yeah.
different types of things in the sports category. And I told her, I said, well, if you would have still had a bunch of jerseys, I would have bought every single one of those. But she's only got like two or three of those left. I said, I'll take those, but the rest of that stuff I don't even want. I don't want no
Right.
part of that.
So I
Joe
find
said,
it's easy, like especially the brand new, still in package collectible stuff. It's
yeah,
easy to list and get them up on eBay, especially.
yeah,
Um,
especially with a barcode.
yeah. But yeah, when I look at units and I see furniture and mattresses, that really turns me off at this point.
Yeah, yeah,
Pulled enough of
especially.
those nasty things out. So
Yeah, I already know, bro. Uh, Joe says
Miss
any
Lachey
auction
said
around
the
me is
unit with the
insane.
jewelry was awesome, by the way. We ended up getting this recent unit with jewelry and purses. um,
Okay.
it
Okay.
was a
I
consignment
have to
shop.
check
They
that
had
out.
5 units, and we ended up getting one, and that was actually cool because it was Lisa who wanted it. So it
Mm,
was very nice to say, "Hey, this is a Lisa unit." But I
yeah,
mean,
so
it
it
was
all
still
worked
fun
out.
going through it. Yeah,
Ain't that crazy, man? Like the women be picking out the bangers, bro. Like Scott from Cha-Ching King channel. The videos that he was doing like super crazy finds of like the crickets and like all those electronic devices, and his wife picked that one out, and it turned out to be one of the best ones ever. So, the women be having the eye for that stuff, man. Hillary says, not gonna lie, having to deal with all the extra junk that you don't want in the storage unit is part of what deters me. Ain't nobody got time for that. Facts. And that's one of the things that
yep.
deters me too, because I've only got like two storage units and not a lot of space. So, you know, Mojo Mama 7. Hello, that's a new name for me. What's going on? Thanks for
Oh, hello.
popping in and hanging out with us. Glamour says, LOL, some people live nasty is my new favorite saying. Total truth. That's facts, man, for real.
Yep.
Especially the I'm not gonna say because I've seen some rich people that live nasty too, but like when you live in like lower income areas and just things are speaking of like there was this girl walking around my outside my parking lot in her underwear, climbing around on top of a dumpster, just yelling at the top of her lungs, like spun out of her mind on drugs the other morning. You know what I mean? The day
Mm,
before that, there was gunshots right outside my window. So some of these people around here ain't got no home training. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
I
yeah.
know you don't want no storage units from none of them. That's for sure.
No, unless you're looking for the pew pews, but
Yeah, man. Pew
that
pews
that ain't
probably
everything.
plenty. You know. Yeah, man. So with with me, I think I'm 8 months in full time. Uh, I'm hitting, marks that I've never hit as far as sales wise. Um, my first year is really kind of like a test to see what I'm capable of doing. I'm not really like pushing myself as super hard as I can right now because cash flow and all the things I got going on doesn't make it as possible for me to go as hard as I can. But I'm finding that, I'm having a lot more success than I thought that I would. With you and your wife being a team, you know what I mean? How well do you guys think that you're doing versus how well you think that you could be doing? Like, are you doing the best you could be doing right now, or like have you taken things from the past and like implemented that this year to do better than last year?
So yes and no. There's a lot that we've taken from last year that we've
Hmm.
learned. I think probably the hardest thing has been coming in and trying to fine tune. Um,
Okay.
buying storage units again, that's nice, but then there's all the extra stuff that goes with it, and trying to figure out how to hone that skill, but still, um, enhance the business. So when we first got into this, we wanted to do. Lisa actually used to do a concierge business that she had where she helped people out. So doing estate sales and helping families out was one of those big things that she wanted to be able to do. So that's
Yeah.
been something that's been big with our business. Um, but it also, takes time and energy to work on that, which takes away from the treasure hunting and the stuff that we've learned that we both like doing,
Right.
and hence the storage units. But we also wanted to get into finding something that we could replenish, distributorship, things like that. So we haven't really got that far this year. We took steps earlier this year to find some products, but again, when it comes to paying the bills, I
Right.
mean, we ended up spending 2.5 months out of the warehouse doing estate sales. So, that kind of time really
Yeah.
slows down what's going on outside of those factors.
I hear you. What's up, Ed? Thanks for coming popping in with us, man. Appreciate it.
How you doing, Ed?
Hillary says, Roy, do you mostly source storage auctions or do you have other streams for getting inventory?
So the answer is storage auctions, and we have consigners that we work with in the States. So we get referrals based off of some of the business that we pulled in through our online sale platform, Rust Belt. And because I was in Medicare insurance, which I haven't really done much this year since I went independent,
Mhm.
um, I've had some referrals from some of my old clients or some of my old contacts that way. So, um,
So that means people are dying.
yep,
Yeah, I thought so.
exactly. Somebody I was helping with their insurance in September passed away, and we've done an estate sale through from his house now.
Right.
So,
Okay. Yeah, and that's one of the things that I heard. There's a lady that's in the mentorship group that I'm a part of. She said that she lives in Arizona, and Dana Invest. He, I know you know who he is. He lives down there in Arizona, and he said there's just a ton of retirement communities down there. So there's always estate sales going on down there because there's always people dying, and it's one of those things that's kind of unfortunate. But at the same time, when people die, they don't need their stuff no more, and the people that have it don't need it either. So they got to get rid of it. So you just kind of got to, it's not to monopolize on someone's death, but at the same time, when there's a need, you might as well go ahead and fill the void.
yeah.
What's up, Kristen? How you doing? Appreciate you coming and hanging out with us.
Hey,
So,
um, so how's the eBay going? Are you seeing the summer slow down as well, or
uh, so I want to say that I'm just starting to see it. Um, the week before last, I shipped out 55 ish. When normally I've been hitting about 60 to 65. Now this past weekend, like yesterday, I only shipped out 40 items. So that's 20, 25 items less than what I'm used to. But uh I'm thinking, man, that part of it is because I've been listening to a lot of pants and jeans and stuff like that still too. So I think, if I was listing more like summer based stuff, my sales would probably be a lot quicker. But I'm also getting a lot of lowball offers, man. Like like kind of disrespectful lowball offers, and I'm not accepting them. Typically, I accept anything that meets my profit margins. I'll accept any profitable offer. But when it's something that's just blatantly like disrespectful, like $5 on a $50 item, I'm not taking that. So I counter with something that's more along the lines of something I'll be willing to accept, and I don't get in, I don't make a sell. So, I'm dealing with that a lot. I'm getting a ton of offers, but it's just stuff I'm not going to accept. Now, if I was accepting all those offers, I'd be, 25 sales a day, but I'm not doing that because that's pointless and I'm losing money at that point. So it's one of the things, man. You kind of gotta play it by ear, and well, not necessarily by ear, but you gotta make better judgment on whether you want to accept what you're getting offered on, or if you want to just like undercut yourself. So I've been trying to make more aggressive offers when I do send offers, or I'm running a higher sell on my store now than what I was a couple weeks ago, and it's converting. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I just feel like it's just part of the game in the summertime, man. You know,
Yeah.
I'm doing better this time this year than I was this time last year, and that's really all that matters to me, man. Because last year this time I was doing 4 or 5 sales a day, and I'm not doing that right now. So it's still
Yeah.
a dub. So Hillary says only two things in life are certain: or death and taxes. Might as well
Yep.
make the best of both. That's for sure. Ed says I've been getting a lot of lowball offers too. I think that's platform wide, no matter what platform you're on.
Yeah.
Nobody's got money to spend right now when it comes down to it. We might be getting paid more, as far as job, like getting paid, but everything costs more, so you're really not making any more money. And then you
Yeah.
have people out there that don't have the money, but it burns a hole in their pocket when they get it, so they want to get on eBay or whatever platform and spend cash they don't have. So of course they're going to lowball you. You know what I mean?
Yep.
People just want to look fly. At least in my instance, because that's what I sell is clothes and shoes and hats. Ed says I did increase my promoted percentage to 6.5 from 2, and it's been helping. That's what's up.
Okay.
Congratulations, bro. Same here. My offers have been ridiculously low. And like I said, man, there's a lot of that going around right now.
Yeah.
I always set a minimum when accepting best offers just so I don't have to deal with lowball offers. So do you do the auto accept and auto decline, Hillary, or are you getting each offer sent to you so you can filter them? So do
I do
do you do that?
exactly that with, like Hillary said, like we definitely put at least a auto decline for, hey, I'm not going a certain amount,
Right.
you know. And one of my biggest things is people will always try to cut you in half. So
Yeah.
even if it's a couple dollars above half, I'm not getting cut in half.
Yeah.
And then it's like if I see the offers, then I feel like, I might have to accept it, or is it really moving? And then I think about it. So yeah, I
Right.
decline anything that I don't want to even think twice about, because I'm not arguing with somebody to get, or haggling
Gotcha.
with somebody to get to my bottom line. That's just not how I see selling.
Right. So how many items do you have listed if you don't mind me asking?
Right now we're at 549.
And how many have you sold in the last 90 days?
Our 90-day total actually went from 13,000 down to about, I think we're at 75, because we haven't
Hmm.
really been listed on.
That's because you ain't been focusing on it, huh?
But I
That makes,
mean,
that makes a difference.
what was it? This is June. So in April and in May, we pulled in almost 25,000 in estate sale stuff, though.
Right. So yeah, that's no brainer. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of like, it was all set. But, my thing again is I want to, as I always talk to Lisa when we talk about doing something, it's we want
Mhm.
to add to it and not take the energy from
Take
one to
away.
focus on another. And,
That makes sense.
then you see it
That would be
suffer.
my goal.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I said no. I said that would be my goal as well.
Yeah.
Uh,
But,
and
I
that's one of the
mean,
reasons why I haven't added anything else at this moment. Because, like, even when I take the day off to do a yard sale, like, I just, I'm not feeling that. You know what I mean? Like, and if I didn't have a draft bank going to at least cover my listings for that day, then I'd be like all in my head, like, oh, I didn't list anything. I didn't list anything.
yep.
But for me to be trying to handle estate sales on a scale that you guys do, I would miss several days of listing, and I wouldn't be able to do that.
Like I said, we were out of the warehouse for about 2.5 months. And, as much as it sounded nice to we'll at least post one thing on eBay a day when you're not
Yeah,
here. Stopping here to do one listing doesn't end up
nobody
working
got time
either.
for that. Right. It's kind of like me, man. Like I've been focusing so much on growing my eBay business that by the time I got done with my eBay day, I didn't feel like going to the gym. So what I've started doing is I'll get up first thing in the morning, I go directly to the gym. So that way there's no excuse. I get my
Right.
it's you know what I mean? So like I get my fitness in and I get my work done, you know. That way my health doesn't take the back seat. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, man, like one of the things that you guys have going for you is the other avenue that you took was paying the bills. I could see if what you were doing wasn't working at all. And then you're like, all right, well, now we just wasted all this time over here and lost out on eBay. But you guys made 25K. So, you
Yeah.
know, eBay may have suffered, but the pocket didn't. You know what I mean?
Right. And but it's still the thing, like I know Lisa say, you've only been full time with us for less than a year, but it's like,
Yeah.
I want to be so much further. And it
Right.
is nice to have had the avenue to just simply walk into and just start working.
Yeah.
But it's still like I told her at the beginning of this year, it's gonna be the hardest year we've ever had. And
Hmm.
it's really just trying to figure out which seeds that we planted are really starting to reap a reward. And
And one
you
of the
know
things also that people need to keep in mind is there's no free cash flowing around this year. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like the remnants of those days are over with. You know, like the residual trickling down probably ended with tax season. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So for the people that do stay afloat or do keep their numbers up, you're doing something, in my opinion, you're doing something right. You know, you're doing something significant because there's going to be a lot of people that came in. Like I started reselling during quarantine, during COVID, you know, and all that stuff. So there's a lot of free cash floating around. Now, granted, I didn't get the benefits of like all the stimulus checks. I was just getting started, you know what I mean? So whatever sales I had, like nothing amounted to what I'm doing this year. So I don't have that to compare it to. So the
yeah,
bar's not set very high for me. So I won't get let down. So this year, right now, I'm net 35K for the year so far. That's net. You know what I mean? So that's not bad to me. That's way better than last year where I netted probably 8 grand the whole year. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
uh next year is what my test is going to be because this is my baseline. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
My first full time year to see what happens. This is my baseline. Hillary says I always set a minimum when accepting best offers just so I don't have to deal with lowball offers. Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. Right now, my hiking shoes and clogs are selling. I've been selling the heck out of some clogs, some Danskos and Allegrias. Joe turns off offers most of the time. That's because you sell $1,000 items, Joe. People are definitely trying to get a bargain these days. However, I'm thankful for the engagement because that's how I'm getting a few sales. Organic sales are slow. My organic sales have been way down since I've been promoting at such a high level. I'm getting like
Yeah.
over 9 million impressions, and like not not a lot of them are organic.
Mm.
I recently got a $7 offer on a $73 item. That is
Wow.
super disrespectful. Yes, I
Yeah,
do
it is.
offers certain.
I'd ignore that and just leave it.
Man, it would really upset me so bad. But I've been getting a lot better, but I've been trying to keep my emotions out of the game when it comes down to stuff like that, and just send out an offer without sending a snarky message with it. Ed, I love selling hiking boots. I sell them all year long. Kristen kills it with the boots, especially being in Colorado.
So
I
does
accept
anybody, when
all
they send out offers, do you send out offers and allow, and do you leave it for them to send a
a
counter?
counter. I do personally. I've never turned off counter offers because what if somebody counters $1 less than what I sent them an offer for? You know what I mean? I don't send an offer at the bare minimum I'm willing to accept. You know what I mean? I just send an offer at something that I think is going to get, something's going to tickle their fancy. You know what I mean? But
Right.
if they want to offer $1 or two less, on certain items, I'll take it. But if it's something that's like a $10 item and I send you a 20% off offer, I'm probably not going any less than that. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
so like if it's $100 pair of shoes and I send you a $90 offer, but you want to send me an 85, I'll probably take that. You know what I mean? That's just me though.
I've learned, well, if you don't do the minimum decline on your offers,
Hmm.
then that's a different story. Because I do minimum decline on the eBay offers,
Hmm.
if I don't turn off the counters, then it allows them to counter lower than that minimum decline.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't
Decline.
know that. And one of the
So,
things that I used to do the minimum decline when I first
mm,
started doing eBay, but then like when it got down to aged inventory and items that hadn't sold, and I would go to
yeah,
slash the prices, I kept running into the error of this is lower than your auto decline. And I'd have to go in and manually change. Well, I didn't have to, but I didn't know that at the time. So I'm going
right.
in each listing trying to change the auto decline and turn it off or change it to a different. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just stop doing minimum, and I've just never done it since.
Yeah. Well, you got a lot of items in your store too, so
Yeah. Well, this was back, back when I was still like had under, just a couple hundred items.
yeah,
Uh, I was trying to do eBay, I guess the lazy way, but then at the same time, like I wanted to make money at it, so I was like, man, there's no cheating my way to the top. Like I realized that quick before, I even took it seriously. I realized that in order to make serious cash at this, I got to treat it like it's a business and not just some dude selling clothes out his house or selling stuff that he got from yard sales. I have to look at it and approach it from a standpoint. Like, no, it's no secret. I'm from the streets, not necessarily like a hood dude, but I've done street things, right? So when I sold illegal substances, I tried to do it to make the most money I could, right? So now that I'm legit and actually on the right path and I can do something with this money legitly, I'm like, man, I need to try to, treat it like a real business, So here I am, with this avenue to make significant cash, and if I'm not putting up significant quality items, I'm not going to make significant cash. So I really just decided to, take it as a real business. And that's when I joined that mentorship with Taking Sports and Daily Refinement. And man, there's a lot of value in there. A lot of it is kind of common sense. And the most part of it is just do the work.
yeah,
Don't just think that you're going to be able to just throw 5 items up, here and there. And it's not. If you're not putting up real numbers or at least real value, you're not going to make significant cash at it. You can throw $5, $10 items up a week and be broke. You know
yeah,
what I mean? That's just all there is to it. It says I
yeah,
accept all offers even if they have low ball and respond only once. Only reason is because it shows activity to eBay, so hopefully helps with pushing my listings up. I do the same thing. I can't say if it works or doesn't. Go ahead though. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I was looking at Miss Lachey's title. Sounds like a good video title, The Lazy Way.
Right. I mean, it's a lot of people that they're misinformed, right? And don't get me wrong, you do your eBay business the way you want to do your eBay business, right? You get what you put in. It's like with anything. If you want to make your wife happy, you show her attention and affection. You rub her feet and do whatever it is that's going to make her feel good. eBay's the same way. If you want to make significant cash at it, you got to put up a lot of quality listings, and you got to be making the effort to get the sales. If you throw an item up a day, one item a day, you'll sell one item a day eventually. If you put up 10 items a day, eventually you'll sell 10 items a day because they can trust you with that traffic. You know what I mean? But if you put up 2 items today, you don't put up nothing else for 2 weeks, probably not going to give you a lot of traffic.
Right. Yeah, when everybody was saying it was slow at the beginning of the year, we were probably, I won't say probably, we're averaging about 6 to 7 sales a day for a
Yeah.
good clip.
And that's when I
Um,
had you on my show the first time.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we were actually, putting it up, and we were slow in the estate sale season. So,
Mhm.
and then all of a sudden it picked up earlier this year, and had a couple good referrals and had to take them.
Yeah. Yeah. You
So
can't miss out on a good opportunity, that's for sure. Popey
so
Simplex, love your Benz videos. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm glad people are enjoying those. Uh, I fear sometimes they get a bit redundant, but I'm just trying to show people what's selling out there or why I pick up what I pick up. And you guys do have to remember overall, my channel is for new resellers. So I don't need to look up none of the stuff that I look up on those videos. I look it up for new resellers and show what comps are. Unless I don't know what it is, then that's when I look it up. But if it's something that I've looked up 100 times in 100 different videos, I probably just throw it to the side. And that's why you guys see hauls, but you only see like 12 of the items or something. Real quick, little breakdown. Hillary says, I'm sorry, I'm definitely missing the stimulus check boost. Dang, I'm way far behind. Uh, I think we all are, though. Honestly, like I said, I didn't really get to indulge in that, but I know a lot of people was living the high life. Chris of Flip the World has fun sending snarky messages when declining lowball offers. Chris of Flip the World is a snarky person in general, though. But the thing about Chris is like in real life, though, he's like super humble, like really nice dude, man. Like, but you just don't play with him. You know what I mean? Like, people have their limits, and that's just all it is to it. I usually allow counter offers. I always allow them. Miss Lachey, she allows them too. Hillary Murphy, I hope he gets away with it. He definitely does. Hey, Jimmy, I don't know how if you're still here, but appreciate you coming hanging out with us. Sounds like a good title. Let's see. Hillary said, "I'm gonna eBay the lazy way." Cabal sips wine. That's what's up. So
uh,
yeah, the plan for a Q4, man. What's the game plan? You know, it's right around the corner.
I'll be honest with you. I want to say that it would be more eBay.
Yeah.
We have looked at the Amazon a little bit, but it's probably going to be more eBay, and we're anticipating estate sales. Usually, that's a good time of the year to wrap up.
Okay.
October to December. So
Yeah.
um, that's kind of where we're looking. Staying that course is
Yeah.
always. What I've been looking for the fourth quarter and for what we
Mhm.
do is more lots a month. So
Okay.
break instead of breaking it down based off of you know, what can we sell the most. So um in a former world or former life, I was more like you know, I'm gonna sell as much as I can as quickly as I can, you
Of
know.
course. Turn
So
burn me.
if I keep a little bit for myself, then whatever I have left over has to be gone before I go get more.
Okay.
And
That
that's
makes
kind of
sense.
how I look at this. Like, how quickly can I take whatever we have now and in 4 to 6 weeks liquidate it all again,
Right.
reinvest that money and go back. You take the good with the bad. And
Mm.
somebody told me a while ago, you could buy 5 storage units and 4 of them stink, but that one
Mm.
that does good pays everything back in spades.
Right.
So, um, if I end up paying and get a bad unit like the one we just got, where, yeah, we'll make our money back, but, we
Mm.
still lost because of time and labor and all that.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's liquidate that quickly and then reinvest whatever we get back out of it and then find something that will make the profit and pay back what we lost too, right?
Right.
So in Q4, my thought is with our online sales, instead of doing, we were averaging maybe last year 200 to 250 lots a month, doing one sale. So I actually want to try and get that to 1,000 lots a month.
Sounds like a real game plan there for real. That's
So,
four, well, 3, 4 times your effort
and
or your
I've been
returns at
telling,
least.
yeah, and I was telling Lisa, even though she's not ready to cut ties with that yet, and I'm not saying drop it completely, but if
Right.
our bread and butter is coming through our online sales, if we focus more time in just getting as much as we can through that a month and getting more lots out, I mean, we take home net about 2,500 per 200 to 250 lots.
Okay.
Now multiply that by, let's say 250 lots, multiply that
Mhm.
by 2,500. I mean, now you're pulling in 10 grand a month.
Right.
So
That's pretty good
that's
shit.
really what I'm trying to look at for Q4,
Yeah.
just to make sure again that's paying the bills, and then when we can get that figured out, we can branch out and really start, pulling in other avenues without taking away from this one.
That makes sense. Yeah,
So a
man.
lot of work.
A lot of work, but it's going to be rewarding, if everything goes according to plan. So like for me, with Q4, man, last year I think I reached 23K right before the end of the year. That's going from 9K in October when I went full time, um, 9 to 23K, right? Now,
Yeah.
what you got to keep in mind is that's full time effort. I think at that point I was putting up 15 listings a day. I wasn't selling 15 a day, but I was putting up 15 a day. So it went from I think maybe 10 items a day every day to really me focusing on like items that are going to sell quick, sell for decent money, and the sales started coming in. Now here I am. I'm at 35K, um, 6 months into the year, which isn't as high as I was. I'm not going to say it's not as high as I was expecting it to be, because the summer slowdown has made the numbers start to trickle backwards. As long as my net and my like actual like sales are still higher, that's all that really matters to me. Q4 is where I'm going to try to push the envelope, because right now I'm just building my store up. I'm just bulking up my amount of inventory in the store to give people more choices. I'm not really at first when it started getting warm. I was like, I'm not going to buy any more stuff that's summer based or winter based. But I was like, you know what? Might as well just have this stuff loaded up for Q4. So right
Right.
now I'm just loading the store up with good quality items that will sell regardless, and trying to get ready for that Q4 boost, man. Because I think a lot of people aren't really focused on the fact that it's like 2, 3 months away. You know what I mean? Like 2.5 months away almost. It's like right around the corner, and you don't want to be waiting until September, October to start getting ready for it, because you're gonna
Yep.
be right. It's gonna be right there. You know what I mean? So Joe said, read an article a few days ago from Bank of America CEO saying people still have stimulus money in the bank. That's because they don't want to spend it. Some people are just being smart. Nabby, y'all,
Hmm.
what's going on, my guy? Everyone, anybody that knows anything about my channel, this is my co-host to our podcast. We actually just had a pretty good Ben's video yesterday. He killed it, man, like ridiculous. Make sure you guys go check that
If I'm
video out
correct,
with it.
that's good game grabs.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Hillary says, I'm hoping to find more toys during the summer so I have more desirable stuff ready for Q4. Makes sense. Toys
Yep.
definitely fly off the shelf. It's one of the bigger categories during that time of year. Bo, my guy, you left the tech and sports call to come holler at me. That's what's up, bro. Appreciate it, man. Uh, Bo's in the reseller group that I'm a part of. Really good dude. He's been grinding, killing it too, man. Consistency, man, is really what it's all about, man. As long as you just put in the effort, it pays off.
Yep.
Roy says, "What up, Bo?" Yeah, man. Let's see here. Just bumped my daily listing goal to 45 a day. Killing it, bro. I'm doing 35 a day, launching 25 right now, but doing 60 a day because I'm building the draft bank to get 1 day off a week. LOL. What's up, Nabby? Or how long is it taking you to do 60 listings? Because I timed myself doing 35 and it took me 2 hours and like 40 something minutes. I posted it in the Facebook group to list 35 items. So I'm getting a little faster because it was taking me 3.5 hours to do 30 listings. So not too bad, man. Miss Lachey says, I think it's smart to buy all seasons in your situation, Marcus, especially having the second storage unit. Right. And so
Yeah.
like at first, I was like, man, I can't buy this stuff because it's not going to sell right now. But then everybody's like, when you're getting it as cheap as you are, and that type of stuff does sell all year round anyway, you might as well buy it. So like I was like, you guys are right. You know what I mean? Like the thing is, I've only been selling clothes for 5, 6, 7 months. You know what I mean? So like I'm in the mind frame of like, oh well, I can't buy this, but I can though. You know what I mean? Like there's no reason why I can't buy that.
Well,
And it
depending on where
definitely
people are
has
from
sell.
anyway, I mean, every 3 months here, seasons change. So by the time you
Yeah,
get set with, I mean, you got to be at least a season or two ahead of the curve anyway.
right, right.
So,
Uh Babiar says, Bo, please make sure you leave time to sit down for a moment. That's facts. Um, Yeah, man, I just sold like a jacket yesterday. So, the warm weather, cold weather, it really makes no difference. Yeah, there's a lot of work. So, For me, my favorite thing to list is pants. I don't know if you have a favorite thing to list. When it comes down to it, like, what do you enjoy listing the most?
Two things: new collectible toys or sports figures, anything that's still in the box, nice and pristine, and video games equipment.
Okay.
So I can't seem to play video games nowadays, but I grew up loving, the original Nintendo, the Coleco, all
Mm,
that good stuff. Born in the
yeah.
'70s, so
Okay. Okay.
'80s kid, so to speak. So I like that old vintage stuff.
That's tough.
Transformers, GI Joe. I found out how quickly, if you get the right 1977 Star Wars figure, how quickly and how much it'll sell for. So those
Yeah.
are my things I really love to
Uh,
list and look
One
for.
of my favorite Star Wars sales I ever made, because I don't really find that type of stuff all the time, but I went to the thrift. They were taking the stuff off the cart, and it was a Han Solo, the gun. And I was like,
Mm,
what do you want for this, man? And I looked it up. He was like, I don't know, what do you want to pay for it? I was like, $1. And he's like, yeah, sure. $70, dude. I sold that thing for. I was like, thank
yep.
you. Man.
And
Uh
I ended up getting, I think it was 1977 original 12 Star Wars figures, one of them being Luke Skywalker with the telescoping lightsaber.
wow.
How quickly people put in an offer trying to get that thing when
Of
I listed
course.
it. I didn't even
Yeah.
have it listed 5 minutes and people were trying to buy it.
Low ball offer after low ball offer, huh?
I had a couple people say just for the lightsaber. So the problem was I found out the head was broken off of the Luke Skywalker, but the lightsaber sold for $100 in itself.
So
I
what'd you
only
do with the
paid
Luke
70 for
Skywalker?
all 8 figures.
That's not bad,
It was
man.
yeah.
A lot of
So
profit left over.
oh yeah. So
Uh, let's see. Ed says, I hope eBay doesn't do a surprise update on Q4 and mess up search like last year. I think they learned from that last year, honestly, because all their updates this year, don't get me wrong, it still messes things up regardless of whatever they do. I think it's just platforms in general, because even Poshmark changed stuff and it messed everything up. It's just you got to take the good with the bad, man.
yep.
Um, Me, in my personal opinion, I think it's pointless to waste time complaining about it. Not saying that Ed is complaining, but you see people take to social media instantly and like, oh, seller update, blah blah rah rah, and I'm just like, dude, just list more items. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Like, you just got to keep it going, man. It's not going to change because you complain about it. Just roll with the punches because we
Yeah.
got to
It
do
always
whatever the
changes.
right. It's going to keep changing. So at the end of the day,
So
you just got to do your part because they're going to do whatever they want to do regardless. So you just got to keep rolling, man, and just keep on trucking. Hope you pivot at the right exact moment. Bo said it takes 6 to 8 hours for 60 listings, um, 750 photos, and that alone took me 2.5 hours. That's still pretty impressive, though, bro.
yeah. Wow.
For real. Yeah, Bo's a hard worker. That y'all are. Like, yep. Miss Lachey, hey. Okay, Mojo7 says, I'm a 70s baby too and love that vintage. Bring on brown, orange, and puke green. Dude, that's what my aunt's house, man. She had like the couch where like one pillow cushion was orange, one pillow cushion was brown, the other pillow cushion was green. And it's like, a wood frame couch. And I'm just like, yeah, man, it definitely reminds me of my childhood. I'm not from the 70s, but I'm from 83, you know what I mean? So I've seen a lot of that stuff trickle on over.
The
Uh,
plastic on the sofa.
right, yeah. And the runner on the carpet. Don't you step off that runner.
Right, right.
So Ray says, want to know how you'll get 7 years of good reselling luck? Hit that thumbs up button. Hey, that's facts. You might make a sell. Um, eBay hasn't learned from any updates, bro. Facts. Not complaining, just observation, but I'm still
Uh,
grinding. And the thing is, though, man, is like they ask you for feedback on their updates, and then they'll tell you blatantly, we don't care what you say, but we do want your feedback. We're not going to change nothing, but give it to us anyway. So, like, me personally, man, I don't even bother wasting time with it. I don't know about you, but I'm on the new listing tool. I hear a lot of people talking about I'm not on the new listing tool and I'm going to hold out until I get it. Trust me, I get it. People don't like change. I accidentally got enrolled into the new listing tool and now I love it. You know what I mean? So I'm just, I, dude, I went from being a normal citizen to living in prison for years. So I just adapt, dude. I roll with the punches. You know what I mean? Life's gonna
You
throw
have
some
to. I
stuff at
mean,
you, and you just got to be able to pivot.
and that's what I don't get sometimes. Well, I'm from the school of adapt and overcome.
Yeah, yeah,
So it's always something. So I don't know. I just look for it, and when it happens, just try to make that pivot. Or
yeah.
as Lisa says, pivot and scale. But I mean, I'm
Hey,
sitting back looking and trying to catch it when I can. So I'm always
right.
observing for that next trend. Like,
Yeah.
just looking at the slowdown now with people saying about the stimulus money being gone. But
Hmm.
that just means right now that there is, or let me put it this way, whenever there's confusion and whatever the case may be, that means there's a shift in money. So I'm always
Hmm.
looking at what that shift is. So when there's like the world's crazy now, that means
Hmm.
money's changing hands somewhere, but we have to be looking to see how it goes. So
Right.
it's always some way to pivot, something to scale with, something to look for. And when things change, that means you got to be looking where the money's going now.
Yep. And that's
So,
that's exactly true, man. Because there's people out there that's got it. You know what I mean? And there's people out there that's spending. So you just got to find what it is that they're buying, and that's what you got to
yep.
get.
So,
Derek says, lately I've been focusing on listing every item I find thrifting on the same day on eBay. I try to do that, but since I'm getting hundreds of items at a time, I just grab all my items and I list them as fast as possible. So, and I don't usually go out and buy more until it's time for me to list more items. You know what I mean? So I shop twice a week, Monday, and then if I still need stuff, I'll go to the yard sales on Friday. And then that holds me over again until the following Monday. And I don't overbuy right now because there's no point in me doing that. I only need 281 items a week, so that's all I'm buying is 281 items a week. Uh, and it's hard, sometimes like, and now unless I just see an incredible buy like I did with that lady with that bulk buyout where I bought over 1,000 items, uh I'm not going to pass up something that's on that type of scale. However, with that being said, I threw away, not threw away, but I donated over 600 of those items. Out of all that 1,000 or whatever items, I only kept close to 500. Granted, I made a boatload of cash off that stuff. I sell stuff every single day from that. It's just different because I didn't get the cherry pick and only take the profitable items. I had to take a lot of stuff that was brands that I never heard of and test the waters with. Gloria Vanderbilt for one. Never would have picked that up ever. But I got some in there and it sold. So now I pick Gloria Vanderbilt up.
the
I heard
funny
someone
thing
say
is
that
that
when
that's how storage units are. You get all these items and you got to sift through how
yeah,
much to make sales. And yeah,
that's how
um,
it was with me. My first bulk buy was from a guy that did storage units, and I got Ann Taylor Loft and all these other brands that I had never heard of. You know what I mean? And I was just like, well, let me just list all of it and then see what sells because I got to do something with this stuff. And there's things that I learned that I'll never pick up again, but there's things that I learned that I'm like, that's a good selling brand. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I heard someone say that when they gave feedback, their sales went down. Don't know if that's true. I have auto feedback turned on, so as soon as a buyer pays, they automatically get feedback from me. And I don't think it slowed my sales down, not none whatsoever. Marcus, what's the biggest difference between new listing tool and the current one? The current is pretty much the setup. Honestly, things are in different places. There's a new feature on the new listing tool where you can add photos from your phone to the computer without uploading the photos to your computer or using a cord. You just tap the button and then it'll send you a message on your phone. Upload photos to such and such listing. Um, there's a box right underneath the photo section for your custom SKU instead of having to scroll all the way down to the bottom of the item specifics. It's just things like that. It looks neat and clean. It doesn't look as archaic as the old listing tool does, but a lot of people enjoy the setup of the old listing tool just because they're more familiar with it. Since I had always been listing on my phone, as soon as I made the transition to listing from my computer, 2 weeks later, I was enrolled in the new listing tool. So I've been listing with the new listing tool more than I was the old listing tool. So for me, it is what it is. Like I said, I'm gonna use whatever I got to use. Uh, I just list from the computer now, and I can't go back to the old way because they don't allow you to. So it is what it is. That's great advice to look where the money is. So true. Yep. Wise words to live by. Darren, what's going on, bro? This slowdown is a piece of cake compared to 2008. That was tough. You just got to get your stuff cheap, sell it cheap, and do volume. That's facts.
Yep.
Now, Darren's been on eBay for 20 years, I believe he said. So he's seen a lot, and learned a lot. So we was talking yesterday. He said that you just got to do a lot of volume. Sometimes you might have to take lower dollar, sales, but if you sell $1,004, sales a day, that's still $4,000 in a day. You know what I mean? So it all adds up, and that's one of the things that I had to get, over. Oh well, I want high average sales price. I want high average sales price. But if I got a $50 average sales price, but I'm only selling 5 items a day, but I could have a $10 average sales price and sell 200 items a day. Which one sounds better? You're going to make way more money selling these $210 items a day. So,
It's just like I did earlier this year when we were running the eBay and just kind of figuring a few things out when it came to sales. I put a
mhm,
40% off sale
yeah,
on the eBay store to see if I could beat the prior week's sales.
right,
And ended up making twice the money on
yeah,
getting less out of my items. But,
yeah.
I mean,
The
hey,
volume thing, man.
yeah.
You know,
So
definitely.
what do you want it? I
I
think I
heard
saw
some.
Daily Refinement put a title out. What was it? Fast nickel, slow dime, or
Slow
something.
down, yeah, yeah,
And that's just kind of how I look at everything. It's a fast nickel, in my opinion. I mean, I don't have
yep,
time for a slow dime because that's real estate
right.
that's being held up. That could be, something else that may bring a higher profit to make up for it. I don't know.
Especially at the amount of inventory that you're getting in. There's no need when you're getting thousands of items to try and squeeze every dime out of it because you're gonna run out of space. You know what I
Yep,
mean? So when you got thousands of items, you can move all that stuff, liquidate it as fast as possible, and then take all the profits and go buy 15 more storage units. You know what I mean? Like it makes no sense.
exactly.
Now I could see like if you're driving around living in a van doing van life, you're gonna pick up nothing but, $50 profit items, you know what I mean? And you got a 70 item store, you might sell two or three a day. But for guys like me, I got 2,000 items listed. I'm trying to sell all that crap, dude. I can go to the bins tomorrow and get 100 more pieces. You know what I mean? So
Exactly.
it's everything must go. You know what I mean? Mojo Mama said she meant the feedback that eBay request. I've only left feedback once, and it was on them helping me out on an issue that I had. So like I've never left feedback on like what I think their changes to the platform made, but like I leave feedback like how did so and so do on like removing this negative feedback for you or whatever. You know what I mean? That type of thing. Nice hanging with you guys tonight. Wishing you both a long vacation. You've been working hard. Uh, don't know. I'm going. I'm going on a camping trip for a couple of days this month, but no vacation in sight. Hey, what's
That's
going
funny
on, Seth?
camping. We're
Yeah,
pulling
man.
the trailer out
Yeah.
finally this month, and I'm still trying to convince Lisa to do for us to come back and do a little work while we're out there.
uh, Miss
It's just
Lachey says, don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe to Avery's All In and Dixon's Pickers. Yes, facts. Do subscribe to Avery's All In. The channel's blowing up, man, and you guys just gonna want to watch the content regardless, man. So yeah, we are time's up. Anything you want to promote on your channel real quick before we go?
ooh, what I'm gonna promote is actually I know somebody asked what's our most popular platform. It's our online sale platform. If you go to Avery's All In, we have a link tree, and if you jump on that email list, um, basically what we do, we're associate seller to another local platform here. So
Mhm.
amongst all the sellers, we actually email out when our sales start. We have a sale starting tomorrow. We just put on the calendar. We have another one starting next week. They run for about a week. Everything starts at $1. And a
Okay.
lot of things you might have seen in the videos recently are about to start coming up on sale. A lot of them on that platform right there.
So you can
Got
buy
to go through our
online.
link
You don't
tree.
have to be in person.
What's that?
I said you can buy these things online. You don't have to be in person.
Correct. So
Okay, good.
definitely check if you're not coming local. We do mail a lot of stuff. We have a lot of small items we'll mail. But if you're trying to buy something like a antique desk or vintage desk, you got to come pick it up. So but
Right.
definitely the smaller items we are shipping.
All right, man. Well, I definitely appreciate your time. It's nice to see how things have evolved for you since the last time I've had you on the show, man. And I look forward to doing it again, man. Maybe Lisa will be there next time.
Yeah, definitely. And we keep an eye on you as well, and liking the videos, and we're gonna have to chat a little
Appreciate it.
bit. And we've been trying to
I mean, we still got to bump into each
do a
other
meetup
soon.
here, so I'm gonna catch up
Yeah,
with you in a bit on that.
definitely, man. Appreciate your time, man. Tell the wife I said what's up.
Yes,
Everyone that's
sir.
coming in, Cheap Stacks, man. You came in at the last minute, man. We're getting ready to roll, but I appreciate your support, my friend. Um, can we get the actual link in the chat for the link tree? Can you put that in the chat? I don't know if it's clickable anyway, so I'll try to copy it and put it in the description. But yeah, guys, if
Yeah,
you're catching this on the replay, make sure you guys subscribe to Roy's channel, like the video, leave a comment, and yeah, man, subscribe to my channel if you're not already. But that's gonna do it for this one, guys. Catch you guys on the next one. But until then, let's make this cat.